What's up, everyone? Welcome to the SC9TV podcast for Once Upon a Time, season 3, episode 13, Witch Hunt. Brought to you by TVCaptive.com. This week, Regina and Robin Hood take down the Wicked Witch's shield. Flying monkeys are mutating people in Storybrooke. Wicked Witch reveals herself to be Regina's half-sister, and Rumpelstiltskin is alive. But I'm your host, Dom. First, let's talk to our other hosts. We have Snow White and the Seven Dwarves.
The Dwarves!
And,
wow, 13 seasons. I can't believe it's been
Sleeping
that long.
Beauty down there. How's it going?
Stuff.
And things.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a rave?
It's good. It's good.
I could have had some glow sticks.
You totally need glow sticks right now.
You need John in the background to start flicking your light switch on and off.
Yeah, right.
What did you guys think of this episode?
It was fucking awesome.
I thought it was really, really good. A lot of questions just kind of popped up, and now it's like a whole new series.
The episode you guys did last week, I wasn't too thrilled about. I'm always looking forward to them, and then when they get there, I expect too much out of them. Like the season returns. Or I was on the episode, wasn't I?
No.
No?
No.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. Yeah.
What episode?
Last week.
Last week.
Oh, I don't know why I
The
thought you were
season
talking
premiere.
about our episode.
No, not you guys.
Episode.
The season premiere. It's just like I get so excited for them, and then like I'm expecting too much out of them, and then they're just like it falls short, and they don't ever get to where I want them to get. But I understand that they have to. It's like a build up because they've been gone, and they have to reintroduce and establish all that happened, and it's just too much of that. And I just want them to get into it, and they can't. And
I don't know. I liked that episode last week's.
I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I don't know. I expect more action out of it, and there wasn't. It was just a lot of setup, is what it was to me. And I understand it's got to be done, so I don't dislike it. But I'm just this right here, this episode. This is what I wish the premiere came back as, like this action pack, this much excitement. There's just a lot this episode. Didn't seem like it on the surface, but this is. You'll see. We have a lot to talk about tonight.
Yeah.
So they're really not forcing, but they're really pushing this Regina Robin Hood love interest. What were you guys thinking of this whole scene that they had in the flashback to last year in the Enchanted Forest?
What do you think of this scene that was in this episode?
Yeah, the whole Regina Robin Hood chemistry, like their whole everything together.
That he's a caring, he wants to help kind of person, and she's like pushing him away and all this stuff. It's sad, but at the same time, it's like, aww.
Yeah. I mean, this is also the first real heartbreak that she's had to deal with head on, and like she can't just sweep this into the corner. She can't just bury her heart in the forest. She actually has to feel and deal with this.
Yeah.
And so Robin Hood shows up, and you know what? I don't even remember half the stuff they said because I was too busy squeeing over it.
Because it was really cute, because he was so like endearing and being like, you really have a better future than just sleeping it away, and
Yeah.
And it just seemed like he was there to he was there to bandage her sorrows, which is kind of the way it was before, because pixie dust, it doesn't lie. So.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys
think it was really funny? He's like there'll be something for you to live for, trust me. And then she's like, I got something to live for. I'm gonna fucking crush this bitch.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
thought that was
Crusher.
hilarious.
Yes.
That was hilarious.
That was an awesome scene. And it kind of gives Regina this ability to be the evil person that she is down in her core, but still being this good person that we've seen change since Neverland. Because she can exact her revenge and focus this energy that she has.
I don't think she's evil in her core. I think the evil is...
She's got a darkened heart.
Her core is good.
She's got a darkened heart, just like Snow White.
It's a darkened heart.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that she's...
Because of the situation she's been in, her heart has been darkened, and she has hardened herself to the rest of the world. But at her core, she is as she was when Cora, fucked her over when she had her first true love. She loves things and everybody. She's just had a rough time.
Yeah.
Well, she's got this evil being to her somewhere, but she gets to channel it. Like, that's the best part about this, is she can channel it without betraying the people that now trust her and put her trust in. She puts her trust in.
I don't think she's going to betray them. She's just going to be really proactive at destroying the Wicked Witch, more so than the rest. They're probably going to be like, whoa, but she's not going to, I don't think she's going to take it out on the rest of them.
Because they have a common enemy now, so they're both pitted against the Wicked Witch, but I think that she's going to get consumed with her hunt for the Wicked Witch, and I think that Robin Hood's going to be the one to snap her out of it. And
yep.
They fall in love. You know what I wanted? I wanted her to actually put herself into the sleeping spell and for Robin Hood to kiss her and wake her up.
Yes.
It might still happen.
It might still happen, you're right.
We don't know what's happened in this whole past year, so that's the very interesting part. That's what we all get to see.
The Wicked Witch took the needle, and as we know from the Sleeping Beauty storyline, that shit can last for a long time.
Mm-hmm. That might even very well be the Sleeping Beauty needle. We don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought when I saw it. I was like, it's a needle. She's gonna prick herself. It's like Sleeping Beauty.
Mm-hmm.
But in this reality, Sleeping Beauty's done that to herself already. So
right, but I mean, it might be the same needle. Is my point. Not that it's going to be the one that puts her to sleep, but it's probably the one that put her to sleep in the past.
So, like, you think the needle's gonna time travel back to?
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I just think it's the same needle. Like, Regina kept it afterwards, and it's the same one.
That is it is possible that it was the same one. She did like pull it out of her hair like a really nasty long hairpin.
Yeah.
So calling it a needle, but it does make sense that Regina would keep that near her all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. But then we get the scene in present day when they're trying to figure out the curse, and Emma calls in the town meeting and everything, and everybody immediately starts accusing Regina, and she just goes batshit, starts an earthquake, and like poofs out of there. Did you guys think at first Regina turned on them?
No, I knew Regina was like, because I'm watching the show as it is, I knew Regina was like innocent. And yeah, if I had been in that room with all those other people, didn't know anything else but what was happening, I would point my finger at Regina. But knowing what I know, I was expecting Regina to do something like that to piss everyone off, probably to prove a point down the road. But I mean,
yeah, we know she didn't do the curse. We know that much. But I still thought she got mad that she was wrongfully accused, and she was gonna snap and turn on everybody.
I knew
for a minute, I thought.
I don't think she'd snap because Henry's there.
Yeah.
If Henry wasn't there, she would have snapped.
Well, she's come so far.
Yeah.
And also, that was just an act.
Mm-hmm.
She tried so hard, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
I had to fall.
We got a face palm. Mission accomplished.
I
So
love Linkin Park. You have no idea.
they are a great band. So someone they mentioned someone sent a letter to Hook by bird, carrier pigeon, I think they said, but it was by bird. They're assuming it was Snow White. They said it's a very Snow White thing to do. Mm-hmm. But do you think it was Snow White, or do you think this is going to be a twist that we find out later was someone else?
I think it's a twist. I think whoever sent it was trying to make it look like Snow had sent it.
I don't think, I think, there's a question, where is Neil right now? Where is Balefire? And I think he slipped away to his father's castle, figured some, shenanigans, and got the hell out of there before they got kicked back into Storybrooke. So he kind of got out the same way as Hook. And I think he knows that there is issues right now, and the Wicked Witch and all that stuff and there's something wrong. And for him to send, Hook would have been more acceptable to a message from Snow White than a message from Neil.
I don't know. The interesting with Neil though and Emma and Hook is this love triangle is very different from the love triangles you see on other shows and stuff like that. Like these three all like respect and care about each other. They're not gonna try to fuck each other over. So I think if it was Balefire, that he would have just said, "Look, Emma, they're in trouble. You need to save her. I can't help." And Hook would have done it without a second question. I don't think the message was from Balefire.
I'm just saying that, I mean, I don't think it was from Snow White because it just seems like the symbolism of the bird would make it seem more of an important issue to Hook to act upon right away to go get Emma because Snow Emma directly related. It makes sense,
Right.
but like for someone out of the picture, maybe it was Rumple. I mean, who the fuck would accept a message from Rumple? Who would believe it?
I mean,
That's true,
it could
too.
also be, I want to call her Elphaba. What's her name?
Zelina?
Zelina. God, I'm gonna just call her Elphaba. I think it might be from Zelina.
It could be.
She may want the savior there for some reason.
To offer.
I don't know.
Off the evil queen.
Well,
Off her.
we already
off
know
everybody
she
else.
was keeping tabs on Emma. Like she was dating a flying monkey.
Yeah.
Which that was a really
Yes,
funny
that's true.
scene, by the way.
She wants Henry.
That was hilarious.
Did you guys laugh at that? Well, I dated a flying monkey before.
And
yeah.
everybody looks at her like, what the hell's going on?
Wouldn't be the first time I dated a flying monkey. That's what she said. But yeah. Oh my god, that was funny. There's quite a
We're
few.
gonna get married
Yeah.
to a monster was the point I was trying to make.
There are quite a few one-liners in this episode that just really made me laugh.
Yeah.
So, so Zelina and Snow White have this awesome little moment in the diner. That whole scene just really stood out to me because the part where I started thinking this during the town hall as well, and it was just like you have all these people sitting in there, and I'm pausing it and I'm like skimming through like an idiot. Like, do I see anybody we haven't seen in a while? Like, who's all here? And I'm like, these aren't people. They're just all like extras and stuff like that. They're not gonna hire all these actors to come back and just sit in the town. And then we saw I forget what his name is, but like Dr. Frankenstein like sitting in there, and it's just like, oh, he's like, he spoke up again. It's like really cool to see him back. But in the diner, she was like, she goes, I played the line, I played the role of a supporting player. Not everybody's famous like you. And then that really got me thinking, yeah, there are all these people that are sitting out there in Storybrooke that aren't these famous, iconic storybook characters that have been whisked away to Storybrooke. So, just the fact that they actually acknowledged that, I thought was pretty cool. But she kind of like eerily is like hanging around Snow White. She knows a lot about babies, Cradle Cap, and she wants to feel Snow White's baby bump and
Baby mountain.
yeah. What do you think Zelina wants with the baby? It's obvious she's interested.
Oh, she has plans.
She does have a plan. We don't know if it's, she's sincere and she just wants, a connection to a child, or she just wants to take it and, off everyone and be like, this is my baby. I'm going to, start a life. And I think she's kind of jealous of how Regina had it before with Henry. And that might be a stem of what she's going to do in the future.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Could be. I don't know.
We don't know enough about her to really...
No, we don't.
Formulate what she could be thinking or what her plan could be.
And even what we think we know may not be completely true either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we see a lot more of the flying monkeys this particular episode. I didn't really care for the way they were portrayed in the first episode, like that Emma was dating one and it could turn into a human and turn back. Like that felt really weird and out of place to me. But then we find out that the flying monkeys, their bite like mutates you into a flying monkey.
It's kind of vampiric, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
like a werewolfy.
werewolf, vampire.
Yeah.
It's one of those kind of supernatural creatures that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but do you think it's possible now to reverse the process?
Probably.
They're gonna get it back somehow. I mean, it is magic, and magic can always be turned back on itself, but it might be a little bit different. But I mean,
Magic must defeat magic.
yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm sad that it was Little John.
Yeah, Little John's so good.
As soon as I saw that monkey swooping out, I was like, oh no, not Little John. Little John. No, Little John. I was really upset.
Yeah.
Dr. Whale. That's his name. I always forget his Storybrooke counterpart's name, Dr. Whale. Yeah, I don't know.
That sounds stupid. Just call him Frankenstein.
Dr. Frankenstein. Yeah, David Anders is one of my favorite actors. I hated him at first. I think I may have mentioned this on a previous show. He just started creeping up into like every single show that I was watching, and it was really like irritating me. I'm like, I turn around and it's like, there he is again. Like, are you kidding me? Like he'd pop in. He played Elena's father on the Vampire Diaries. He was in Heroes. He was on this. He was on at least 2 or 3 other shows that I was watching at the time. And then I saw him come in Once Upon a Time, and I almost ripped my hair out. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. But, like, he is a really good actor. And
Yeah, he is.
I can't take that away from him at all. I do enjoy him in there. But it was just like, I've had enough of you. Get out of everything. But
Yeah.
I'm really happy to see him come back. But do you think Dr. Wells or Frankenstein is going to have a integral part of reversing the monkey bite, or do you think he's just completely clueless?
I hope so.
He did say I'm a doctor, not a vet, right?
that was another moment that I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh my God.
Being that,
Because
that is a quote from Star Trek.
Is it? Okay.
Yes.
it is. Damn it, Jim.
Damn it,
I'm
Jim,
a doctor, not a
vet.
He said that, and I was like, oh my God, Bones. Oh my God. He's channeling his Bones.
Yeah. So.
Yes.
Do you think they're gonna avoid killing the flying monkeys in the future? Now that they know they have potential to be their friends?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, of course they are. I mean, they're going to be like, oh shit, what if that's Little John? Well, let's tie him up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing they really
know.
can do now.
Yeah. Poor little
We're gonna
John.
have to see.
Poor
And
little
the
John
dwarves.
and the 7 dwarves.
And the 7
Dwarves.
dwarves.
We have
How many dwarves are missing?
4?
4.
4?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's 3 left. It's what? Doc and Grumpy?
Doc, Grumpy,
Doc-
and
Grumpy and... Yeah.
somebody else. It's not
We
really
don't.
explained.
Yeah, we only know 2 for sure. No, I think Sleepy they said was taken.
Oh, okay. I think it's Sneezy.
Sneezy. Maybe it's Dopey.
One of them.
Maybe Dopey.
Or what was the 8th dwarf's name though? I don't even remember. Didn't it begin with an L? Lumpy?
The 8th dwarf.
Yeah, in season 1. Remember he died like right off the bat, like in that first episode where we met the dwarves.
No, I don't remember.
Stealthy. It was Stealthy.
Stealthy.
Really?
Yes.
Yes. And Grumpy was dreamy.
Yeah, that's so sad.
Poor Stealthy.
So sad.
Rest in peace, Stealthy. So
Alright, Stealthy.
probably one of the more interesting thing we learned this episode was the Wicked Witch proclaimed herself to be Regina's half sister. I think we kind of assumed that they were going to be related. I think that was an assumption that we had.
I didn't assume that at all.
Really, I thought we talked about this in maybe it was in the recap. Maybe it was just me and Sev.
It
might
was
have
in the
been
recap, I remember, because I just watched it. You guys said that she could turn out to be the Wicked Witch of the South, Regina.
Yeah.
And but that doesn't necessarily mean that they would have to be sisters, because Glinda and Elphaba aren't sisters.
Right.
Yeah.
Just West and East, I think, are sisters.
What I was thinking about is that, Zelina, she's claiming this, but, she still took Regina's blood and still, like, used it for something.
Right.
And she might just be putting that on this ruse, being like, yeah, I'm your sister. I opened it up with blood magic. Duh. Like, that's why it's open. But what happened to the blood she took before?
Right. She's got Regina's blood. She made a vial of it. We saw this last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean,
do you guys think that she really is, or do you think she's unlocking the blood magic with Regina's blood?
She's got.
I don't know.
I don't know. I honestly don't think she's related. Just because
she didn't.
That. Just because of that. Just because she had Regina's blood to begin with, and I think she's just trying to probably get a rise out of Regina right now.
I mean, she didn't open the door. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't the one who opened Cora's tomb's door. But then the question is, how did she get out of Regina's office?
I thought she said she was the one that opened the tomb.
She opened the tomb. She said she opened it with blood. Because she's related to Regina. That's how it got open. It was not a problem for her.
She said that she's related, but then she said, "But I wasn't the one who opened." Didn't she say that?
I don't know. She did. I think you're crazy.
I'm crazy. You're crazy.
I think you are.
I swore that she said she wasn't the one who opened the door, but she's her sister.
I thought Regina implied that she opened the door and she didn't directly answer it, but she said, "Oh, Cora didn't tell you?
Yeah.
I'm your sister."
Yeah.
And I thought that was just implied that she opened the door.
I'm gonna have to watch it over.
Yeah. I don't know, but it seems like Cora abandoning Zelina seems like a pretty lousy excuse to take revenge on Regina.
Like I said, I don't think it's against Regina per se. More or less, she's jealous of what Regina had.
Right.
Yeah.
She said that, she didn't grow up with a mother, and Regina's like, you wouldn't want to grow up with Cora as your mother, seriously. And then she's like, I don't care. I was motherless.
Yeah.
And then, there's the idea of, she's the half-sister. And we know who Regina's father is.
Right.
Yeah.
But who is Zelina's?
I have a theory on that.
It's the Wizard of Oz.
No. I think it's Rumple.
You think it's Rumple?
Yes.
Green skin,
Oh, God.
I think Rumple's the father.
It makes sense.
Sorry, I had a moment.
Because we know Rumple and Cora were rather flirty.
Maybe Rumple's the Wizard of Oz. Ah, sorry.
Oh man.
Well, no, because listen, I don't know how it is in the original story, of Wizard of Oz or whatever, but in but in the book that in the play Wicked, and in the book that it's based on, Elphaba's father is the Wizard of Oz. So that's why I think it's the Wizard of Oz, and that would be totally cool if the Wizard of Oz was Rumple.
I keep going back to the actual, the movie Wizard of Oz, where I have to see the wizard bullshit and the yellow brick, that.
Yeah.
And the Wizard of Oz is just a guy behind a freaking curtain.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
Exactly. That's how I see the Wizard of Oz. So when someone says, "Oh, the Wizard of Oz was Witch's father," and I'm like, it doesn't make sense to me.
Little side tangent. What did you guys think of did you see the Great and Powerful Oz?
Yeah.
What did you guys think of that? Or what did you think of that?
I think it was a good movie, but I think it was absolute bullshit that these 3 very powerful, very magical women were totally taken down by this
fake magician,
bumbling idiot who didn't know anything. I had just it got a very sexist vibe from the movie.
Oh, okay.
But it was pretty good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe that they're working on a sequel to that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yay!
But yeah, I don't know. It was interesting. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't the best of movies of all time. It was no Wizard of Oz, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, most certainly.
But I do like the fact that they incorporated some of the other stuff, and I really hope Wonderland goes in that direction and starts exploring the China dolls and different things from the books and stuff that we know existed. that we never got to see in the original movie. But right in the background of our new frame down there, you can see Oz in the background of the yellow brick road. Do you think Oz is something we're gonna see?
Oh, I mean,
I really hope so.
they wouldn't flash it in a screen like that if we weren't going to see glimpses of it at least.
I think we're gonna see it in when we see more of Zelina's backstory, which is probably gonna be "It Isn't Easy Being Green" or whatever that episode is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So for the curse itself, because we were talking about the blood magic and all this, for the original curse and the curse that Pan was invoking, Regina and Pan both needed the heart of the thing that they loved the most to cast. Did Zelina need this as well? And if she did, what do you think she used?
If we're trying to stay on storyline, it wouldn't have been her sister from Oz because, yeah. Well,
she gets crushed by a house.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, it could be. They could change the
They could change it easily. Yeah, they've done that plenty of times.
And if this is more like Elphaba, like Wicked Witch, then Elphaba fell in love with the guy who ended up being the Scarecrow, but so it could be that. Or she could take the heart of the Tin Man. Tin Man has no heart.
This is true.
Very true.
There's a lot of options, I think. That
I was thinking more along the lines of if she was telling the truth about Regina being her sister, it could be Cora's heart.
Yeah, but we know where Cora's heart is.
Which would explain why the tomb was unlocked.
But Cora was in Storybrooke, and Snow got her heart. But
when they were all whisked back, and you see them walk through the tomb, there's Regina's tomb. I mean, Cora's tomb is in Storybrooke. I mean, in the Enchanted Forest in Regina's castle.
Yeah, but if Cora is dead like she died in Storybrooke, then she wouldn't have a heart because Snow crushed her heart, right? That's how Cora got killed.
She poisoned the heart.
Poisoned the heart?
She poisoned the heart, and then when Regina put it back into Cora, she died.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, the vault was magically in Storybrooke. It basically, Regina took the vault as it is from Storybrooke before Cora was in there and pasted it in the cemetery in Storybrooke. So putting Cora in there in Storybrooke would be the same as putting it in there in Enchanted Forest. So there's, it's not really, there's no mystery of where things came from or whatever. It was put there, and it was the same as when it went back into Enchanted Forest.
Right.
I don't know.
So if her heart was there, then heart was there in Storybrooke. It was going to be there in the Enchanted Forest when it went back.
But that's only if she's telling the truth.
Yes.
Cora wasn't in that tomb because she faked. Didn't she fake her death? And that's when she went to Wonderland. God. You see, that's why I fucking hate shows that have such long seasons, because I just lose track of everything.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll get some story this week on Wonderland, because we do know that the characters from Wonderland this week are coming to Storybrooke. It's when they're coming is going to be interesting. It's going to be... Is it during this current present day time that they're going to be there? Is it pre-curse?
I don't know.
I think it's pre-curse, but...
My head hurts.
We do know that when they came into Storybrooke in the first place, it was present day at the time. So we don't know if the rabbits can use time travel to be a different point in Storybrooke, or if it's going to be present day Storybrooke. I think it's going to be present day Storybrooke, but we'll have to see. Yeah. So they figure out relatively quickly that it's the Wicked Witch. They cast this curse. I thought they were going to drag that on for a little bit. I didn't realize they were going to figure it out 2 episodes in.
It's, you have flying monkeys and a green puff of smoke. I would tie it together rather quickly after that point.
Usually on shows like this, they keep people, they play them out to be stupid. They do. There's no hiding that. They do. Like, some of the most obvious stuff, they whisk away and have the characters in the dark, and I expected this to go on at least another episode or two, and I was very surprised to see them be like, nope, it's the Wicked Witch.
I think not them finding out, them coming to a point where it was like, oh, it's the Wicked Witch. That was stupid. The stupid part was like Emma going, she's real? Like, you're looking at freaking Snow White and Prince Charming. Why isn't the Wicked Witch real? Come on, you stupid
Hook,
blonde one.
Even Hook had to be like, well, you're the daughter of Snow White and Prince Charming?
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
But
seriously, I thought that was stupid, but...
And then Emma mentioned something about Kansas, and they cut away immediately. And it looks to be pretty close to the farm on Kansas that we saw in the Wizard of Oz movie. So I don't know if this is actually in Storybrooke or if this is in Kansas. Don't know.
Storybrooke went from... No, it didn't go from Maine to Kansas because,
right.
Emma just drove there. That's silly.
Right, but the last we saw, Zelena, she teleported up in a cloud of smoke, poofed out of Regina's office. She could have easily poofed herself to Kansas.
This is true.
So, I don't know. It looked like Kansas to me. The fact that they mentioned Kansas, it just is so close. So, Zelena walks down into a storm cellar, and we see Mr. Gold.
Mr. Gold.
Or Rumple.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like Mr. Gold, but he's acting like Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah.
It was, you know what? It was even more creepy. It was like a severity of Rumpelstiltskin times a million because, he was repeating and he seemed clinically insane. I mean, Rumple is insane, but he's logical and he knows what the hell he's talking about at the same time. But that was not Rumple or Mr. Gold. That was a completely different monster.
Yeah.
He said to Zelena, you never should have brought me back. So it seems like she resurrected him somehow.
He could have just been in another realm, like kind of like a purgatory or something.
I mean, whatever she did, she brought him back, not complete.
Yeah, he's
not whole.
A piece of him got left behind.
I think he's just Rumpelstiltskin and doesn't have his memory of Mr. Gold.
No, I think he knows.
He just can't help it.
He's
just act that way.
He's super crazy now.
Yeah.
Which it'd be rather interesting if it turned out that he's her father.
Yeah, that'd be super interesting.
It would. We're calling this now, by the way. Unlike Peter Pan and Rumple, where we dismiss that as a joke.
Yeah.
This we are firmly stating this is what we think.
And I think he's gonna be the wizard. So
Rumple is a stud. If this is the case, he's everyone's dad. Seriously.
Word.
Everyone's dad. He doesn't have children.
Rumple?
Yeah.
Balefire.
Oh yeah. Well, he's got Balefire. That's it. Balefire and Zelena.
And Zelena, probably, maybe.
And he kind of fathered Cora, and he kind of fathered Regina.
Well, if he kind of fathered Cora and then had a kid with her, that's super super creeps.
I thought there was like a little romance on screen between Rumple and Cora, if I remembered correctly.
Yeah, there could have been. I definitely can see it.
There was, but I mean, he did kind of take her under his wing.
Man. And what if Bella's preggers? Oh no, it's been a year. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yes. We haven't seen her yet, have we?
We haven't. I don't think we've seen her in Storybrooke, Enchanted Forest. Yeah, she was the one who came.
In the town hall, she stood up.
Oh, did she?
Oh,
okay.
did she? Okay.
She had a bigger part in the Enchanted Forest.
I was really pausing the whole thing. I was looking for Sydney, and I didn't see Mr. Sidney Glass anywhere in the town hall. So the last we saw of Sydney, he was locked into the basement of the hospital. That's the last place we saw him.
He's probably still there.
I was going to say, he might still be there.
But Storybrooke was taken away, so he went back, to the Enchanted Forest at some point when the curse was taken, and then when they were all whisked back, did they get whisked back to exactly where they were left?
Yeah.
We don't know for sure.
The last thing they remember is
Waking up in their beds.
No,
or at least where they belonged.
Yeah, where they belonged. I mean, and the last thing they really, really remember is Henry and Emma driving off.
Right.
That's what they remember.
And then they, Snow and Charming said that they woke up in their beds.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's very possible that, Sydney got, released, and then when it came back to Storybrooke, he's locked back up where he belonged, which was where he was left in the basement.
Yeah. Oh. So, how long do you think they're going to be able to keep Henry in the dark?
Not very long.
No,
he's he's a really smart kid.
The moment where Regina went in to give him a hug goodbye, and
he's just like,
yeah.
It was a
here's
handshake.
my hand. And she's
I was like, oh, that's got to sting.
I felt sorry for her at that moment.
You felt sorry for Regina Mills?
Of course.
Yeah, she's trying to be, a good person. And, what really would make her a really, really good person if Henry came back to her and gave her a hug? She'd be like, oh.
Yes.
And then she'd fight even harder. Because she'd want to save him. Even more than she wants to save him now.
Yeah. The Merry Men were shown at the beginning when the monkeys were whisking away. One notable thing, Mulan was not with them. Last we knew, Mulan joined the band of the Merry Men. So where do you think Mulan is?
Something happened to her while they were in the Enchanted Forest. That's the only explanation why she's not with them.
That first monkey in the Enchanted Forest, and they happened to arrow her. Wait, I said her. I meant it. That was Mulan. It had to be.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Poor Mulan.
Not cool.
No, I hope Mulan's
Poor Mulan.
okay.
First she gets shafted with,
Philip.
Aurora.
Oh, God.
And then fucking turned into... No. Don't accept it. Won't accept it. Poor Mulan. I just want her to be with... I was about to call her Rapunzel. I just want her to be with Sleeping Beauty.
Well, she's in the middle of 3 movies right now. The
really?
actress that plays Mulan, Jamie Chung, she's in some movie called Flock of Dudes. She's in the sequel to Sin City.
All right.
Another movie, A Year and Change. And
no, there's much. Once Upon a Time is much more important than all 3 of those.
Yeah, so it very well could be a schedule thing, which we've just seen recently with Mad Hatter. I forget the actor's name that played Mad Hatter. He's going to be in Winter Soldier, and a lot of that had some stuff. And who was the other one? More Sidney Glass. He's I believe he's on Revolution, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was on Breaking Bad, and now he's on Revelation.
Right.
So that's kind of where those characters disappeared to. So whether or not they're going to come back and how they explain them. Mulan seems to be, she was just off, Jamie Chung was just off doing movies. So
yeah,
there's a pretty big possibility if they want to use her more, she'll be back.
I need her back.
She's not currently in any running TV series, since her last appearance.
She completes me.
So we're not worried that she's signed on anywhere else. So very well, maybe seeing her again very soon.
I hope so. I miss her so much.
Yeah, but Once Upon a Time, they're good for their famous twists on pre-existing characters and incorporating them, blending them with other characters and stuff like that. So I think me and Rachel were speculating this on the recap, if I remember correctly, but Dorothy has to tie in here somewhere. Do you think Dorothy is her own character, or do you think she's going to end up tying into somebody like Emma or a pre-existing character?
I hope she's her own character.
Yeah, I mean, they mention Oz and Kansas and how Oz was its own place, and they really, it would seem like, they didn't really know much about Oz other than, is it real? Really? Wow, because, they didn't seem like they knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
as an actual place, mostly just through myth, which is exactly what they are. So I would expect Dorothy to be her own character.
Maybe Mulan is Dorothy.
You just want to see more Mulan.
I do.
That's all you
now
want.
that we're talking about her, I really want to see more of her.
Now that she's gone, I want her back.
Yes.
It's obvious we're gonna see the Lion, the Tin Man, and the Scarecrow.
Is
I
it?
mean,
Is it
come
obvious?
on. I seriously,
I think we
it has
need
to happen. We need to. It's obvious.
We need to at least see the Wizard of Oz.
Somebody else from that
I
universe
don't know,
we have to see.
that's one
And
character.
Glinda.
One character I think we could do without. Not that I don't want to see, but I think they can get away without telling the story without the Wizard of Oz. I think they could.
That one line that
don't think
Regina said.
I don't think this is the last season of the Wizard of Oz, though. Like,
No.
I think this is going to incorporate, like, tie in a little bit going into the next season and stuff like that. I don't think that, like Neverland, it's gone.
Yeah. I agree, because they're, I guess, from what the characters have said, like, it seems Oz has been a different place, like, completely separate. Now, Zelina's just sort of brought it crashing, together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
She's
I would
from
really
Oz.
like to see? I would really like to see. All right, Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. We've kind of been talking about how that may or may not be picked up for a second season. End it. Okay? I want it done. I love Wonderland, but end it. Okay? What I want them to do is every year spin off a new story. Completely new story.
That's a lot.
It is, but it isn't. Because what are they going to do? They're going to pick up in the second season of Once Upon a Time in Wonderland, and it's going to be the same characters, different adventure. They're going to write the story anyway at that point. So just write up Oz. Do a whole Oz spin-off. Like, you could do what happened before all this came in, and the background of that. And then you could do one on Neverland, and like all that, like the Lost Boys and...
I think Neverland is done.
No, but I mean, like, they can go prequel, like what happened to
prequel.
Neverland before all this. Like, they can just
I mean-
take these individual stories and do a one-season mini, like, kind of like American Horror Story does.
I don't think that they're done with Wonderland. Like you were saying before, I think you said, or maybe I was watching the recap or something. We want to see more of the stuff from the books, you know?
Right.
There are so many characters in Alice in Wonderland and in Through the Looking Glass that have not been touched on at all.
Right.
Like that night with the two doors.
Yep.
In the last episode, that I'm convinced it's the White Knight, the bumbling White Knight.
Could be.
But,
I mean, we saw the Carpenter, but we didn't see the Walrus.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many characters that, you know.
Got a brief appearance from Cheshire Cat in episode 1. We haven't seen or heard from him again, so I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that they could still touch on there, but I would kind of like this. Like, American Horror Story is a really good show, and I think it's good because it's refreshing, because it keeps changing every year, and it's something completely different. And I think if they did that with their spin-off series, it would probably do a lot better. And
Maybe.
I think Wizard of Oz would have more of a draw than Wonderland at this point, so I don't know.
Possibly. They'd have to pitch it really well.
Yeah,
So
they would.
they'd have to really sell it hard.
Yeah. Maleficent was mentioned again in this episode. Regina had mentioned, I don't remember.
She had
Something.
gotten the
She got
sleeping.
her first sleeping spell.
Yeah. It was from Maleficent. We know that there's an upcoming Maleficent movie. So do you think they're going to tie in Maleficent a little bit more? Because Emma slayed her dragon form. We know that. But in both Once Upon a Time and in Wonderland, Maleficent has been around. So
Yeah.
I think the human form is still alive.
Maybe. Especially with all these curses being thrown around willy-nilly, maybe, you know.
Willy-nilly.
Yeah, just like, oh,
Seriously,
you
it
curse.
feels very willy-nilly. We went through 3 curses in, like, 5 episodes.
It's like sticking a nickel in a slut. They're everywhere. It's always happening.
I lost my train of thought, but yeah.
Do they even make nickels anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course they do.
It's the penny that might get phased out.
The penny is already phased out in Canada.
Yeah. No, they might do it in the U.S.
Yeah.
You and your Monopoly money.
Hank?
It actually,
it's
just
beautiful.
Just
It's
a little
beautiful.
point of reference. The penny, it actually costs them more money to make the penny than what it's worth.
Yeah.
So, take your pennies, melt them down, sell the copper. Don't do that, it's illegal. Okay.
It's also not copper.
As far as, time Maleficent in, maybe more in flashbacks and maybe more references, but I don't think we'll be seeing a present-day Maleficent. Because the actress actually, I don't know what she's doing at this moment, but the last season of True Blood happens this summer, and she's in it. So I don't know how busy she is, or if she's part of other series. I know she's had like one episode here, one episode there. She's on CSI. She was in Bones. She's everywhere a little bit, but I don't think seeing her. I could be wrong, but present day Maleficent, I don't think we'll see any of her interacting with any of the characters.
If it's a summer show, I believe it would have been filmed already.
It is.
So, Once Upon a Time, I believe, starts filming in the summer, so it would kind of be a cleared up schedule at that point if they wanted to include her.
She might be doing something else.
Could be. Don't know. Next episode is called The Tower. This was something we mentioned in the recap. Sounds very Rapunzel-ish. So it says, while Emma, David, Regina, and Hook, sorry, Hook almost left you out, continue their search for the Wicked Witch, she in turn is planning a dark surprise for David, and Zelina's prisoner is powerless under her watch as she plots her next course of action against the townspeople. Prisoner, I think, is Rumpel, right?
Maybe. Well,
In the tower, no, a tower is directly connected with Rapunzel.
It is Rapunzel.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
They showed a preview.
Yeah.
And it is Rapunzel.
I don't know. I think Rapunzel's somebody else. It says, meanwhile, in the fairy tale land that was, in the previous year, Prince Charming stumbles upon Rapunzel. So this is now in the past. So I don't think Zelina has Rapunzel. I think the prisoner they're referring to was Rumpel. And they just didn't come out and say Rumpel because the synopsis was available before this episode aired, obviously, and they didn't want to spoil the fact that Rumpel was still alive. So meanwhile, in the fairy tale land that was, in the previous year, Prince Charming stumbles upon Rapunzel, who is trapped inside a tower, and must help her confront her fears in order for her to be free.
Okay, so I'm looking back at the synopsis, and I see their Storybook names. Emma, David, and Regina, Hook, So yes, the prisoner is probably directly... It probably does have to do with Rumpel. And then the Prince Charming thing has to do with Rapunzel because of the name changes there. So, I was reacting before I actually paid attention.
Fair enough. So do you think Rapunzel transitioned over to Storybrooke? Do you think she's located in Storybrooke right now?
Maybe
Somewhere.
She's a prisoner, too.
Yeah, it is. She's a prisoner in Enchanted Forest. Makes sense that if he's successful and sets her free, she'd be free from the tower. And
but we don't know what happens between then. That was a year ago. So
yes, she might not be in Storybrooke. Maybe she got killed.
Maybe. Hope not. Introduce Rapunzel just to kill her off. That's really weird.
It has been done before.
I guess, but I don't think that'll happen.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Rapunzel, we were talking about this last week. I believe she is mixed race.
Yeah.
And she has black hair.
Yep.
She's not blonde.
She's dark hair. She's not blonde.
What do you guys think of this new possible take on Rapunzel, or do you think she's gonna put a wig on?
I think it's fine.
Well, I saw the trailer. She's got dark hair.
Oh, does she? I didn't actually watch the.
Yep.
Okay. So what do you think about Rapunzel's always been known for her long blonde hair.
Yeah.
The people. Okay, isn't Rapunzel like a German-based fairy tale?
Probably, yeah.
They would have a problem with it because she's not blonde and blue-eyed, right? I'm going way off the bat here, but I mean, like, it seems like for like originality and traditionally, people would have an issue with it. But I don't have a problem with it. I think it's actually quite interesting. I like the twist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a German fairy tale. It was assembled by the Brothers Grimm and first published in 1812. So, I don't know. Like, we know that Grimm is its own series right now that's running.
Yeah.
Is this a character that they had to get permission to use? I know Disney's used it, but they couldn't call her Rapunzel. Like
Her name was Rapunzel. They just didn't
call
the movie Rapunzel.
Yeah.
They titled the movie Tangled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think you need to really... I mean, the show Grimm is not... It's not like... It takes the fairy tales very loosely. It's not...
I mean,
it's more of a supernatural horror kind of series, but I just mean like the intellectual property, especially because it's another TV series. Like, how do you think that kind of stuff works?
I'm pretty sure Grimm is like Shakespeare, and it's owned by everyone. I don't know.
We've seen, fairy tale takes in the series Supernatural as well. So it's, Rapunzel as an actual like character is not in any form, patented, so other people can't use it. Yeah. It's kind of a take your own spin on it, but whatever. It's not withheld by any means, so they can use it but they have to go the way Disney did. They can't name the movie Rapunzel. They have to name it something else, but they can still keep the character name.
I'm actually just looking real quick, and apparently a lot of stuff was borrowed from Brothers Grimm, more stuff than I thought. Cinderella, The Frog Prince, Rumpelstiltskin, Snow White.
Yeah, but they're all really, really, really nasty.
Yeah.
Like, Snow White isn't just, let into the dwarven hovel, and she does chores for them. They beat her, and... The dwarves, they beat her and they rape her and they do all these kinds of things to her.
Right.
So it's a little bit different, a little bit.
Yeah.
Come on, it's just a little bit.
It's loosely based. It's pretty much the same.
Grimm's fairy tales are dark.
Yes, they are.
Yes. It's one thing that Snow White taught me. It's to give midgets nicknames.
They already had their nicknames before. Wait, did you just say Cinderella? No, you said Snow White.
I did.
Wow.
R.I.P. Stealthy. Snow White and the Seven Dwarves.
The dwarves.
I think that about wraps things up.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems right. Yeah. I'm gonna drink some more.
Rest in peace,
What the
Milan.
hell's happening? She's not dead. Shut your face.
She's a flying monkey. They shot her with an arrow.
Shut your whore mouth.
Oh, goodness. Ooh. Dom.
Yeah.
Where's the baby?
Where's the baby, Dom? Where's
Right
the
here.
baby?
Burp.
Oh, there he is.
Burp.
Oh.
Go back to sleep. Chrissy, where can the people find you?
You can find me at Clio Moto at social media sites like Twitter and Tumblr and Pinterest and Instagram. And you can find me on Twitch at the Clio Moto.
Omikins, where can the people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyYVenom24.
And you can find me at Phenomadom, Phenomedom.
Phenomadom.
And you can find us all on tvcaptive.com, as well as on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Gmail, and G+, /ASOTV podcast. For some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows. Until next week.
Next week. Stuff and
Or
things.
tomorrow, you know. Whenever.
Yeah.
Banabadum.
Do.